Hello and welcome. I am Erin, a licensed massage therapist, yoga instructor, and welcome to my channel. Um, Today, this video is going to be a forward fold. So in my classes, I love the forward fold. I hang out there quite a bit. So when we're folding forward, the front body is closing and then the back body is opening. So the hamstrings, the back are getting a nice open release. So to start off this work here, we're going to find our feet. So forward fold, Utkatasana in yoga, is a grounding pose. So let's start with grounding. So I want you to lift your toes. So all 10 toes come up off the ground, pushing into the balls of the feet. See if you can't spread your toes wide, coming out and forward with those toes. Lean forward and then rise up off of those heels. Heels come down again, slight little lean back, come off the toes, and rocking forward, rocking back. So grounding our feet down. Feel that connection to your mat, to the earth. So when we're grounding, when we are in a balancing pose, let's say in yoga or just balancing in general, the more surface area you have, the better balance will be. So really think about spreading those toes. Maybe the next time you come off of your heels, you could rise the arms up, challenge that balance. Inhaling, bringing the arms over the head. And then exhale, let's come on down. Now don't look down, but feel. Are those feet doing anything wonky? Are those arches rolling in or out? Is this movement nice and fluid here? Again, the whole purpose is just to find a connection into those feet. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in, rising yourself up, and then exhale. Come on down. So our first forward fold, I'm going to turn around. Let's make sure our feet are hip distance. They're parallel. So hip distance is if we were to take our two fists in between our feet. So it's not as wide as everyone thinks it's going to be. So I want you to find that grounding that we found earlier, spreading our toes. Feel the four corners of your feet pushing down. Let's take a nice generous bend in the knees and hinging from the hips, so not the waist. Hinge from your hips. Come forward to go down, resting your chest onto your thighs. So this should actually feel like a child's pose. Kind of just let everything go. We could shake our head, yes, no. Make a circle, just change that direction. Letting everything hang. Breathe into the back body. So like child's pose, feel the back, the sides of those lungs expanding. So if the palms stay flat, that's great. If they don't, they don't. But let's take an inhale, straighten out those legs. And then exhale, come back to that bend. Straighten it out on the in-breath. And bring it down on that out-breath. Maybe we can make this take a slight bend in the right knee and then the left. I call this get a little shimmy going on in the waist, alternating right and left. To where then eventually we work towards getting both legs straight. Maybe we could lock our elbows together, really letting go of that upper body to deepen that pull. Again, no tension there in the head. So this has also been called, this pose particularly right here is called ragdoll. Kind of just let everything hang. So let go of your ragdoll. So what I want us to do is like we were doing at the beginning, but this time we're going to keep our feet flat and there's just going to be a sway forward and a sway back. Now, if your palms do not touch the ground, those hamstrings, that back is super tight. If you do have access to a yogi block, right? Hands come up onto the yogi block or whatever you can find to give yourself that lift. But you do want to find some grounding here with your upper body as we come into this sway forward and back. Now, what tends to happen more than 90% of the time, people are leaning way far back. The hips are way far over past those ankles. So when you go forward, you should maybe feel the weight come forward so the hips, the knees, and the ankles are stacked. But kind of just feel that weight as it comes forward and back. Now we do want to feel where it's even so you're not too far back past the heels, especially people with looser hamstrings. I see that happening. People with tighter hamstrings, they bend the knees and they come too far forward onto the toes. Try to feel the four corners of your feet. And that takes maybe lifting the toes, wiggling your toes. Now from here, again, let go into that ragdoll shape, still keeping that alignment, that foundation. So I always say in my class, if you have a bad foundation, those cracks, that misalignment will just work its way up. So we're going to find a halfway lift here. That's where we take our hands, slide up our shins, slide up our thighs, push into those thighs to elongate the spine. Now feel, do you have the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone level? Pull the rib cage up, pull that belly up. There's that core connection, your Uddiyana Bandha. Elbows squeeze in, maybe make that shoulder loop, push into those palms. Inhale, lengthen your spine more, and then exhale, fold deeper. Let's do that a few more times, because truth be told, this is going to take us deeper into our fold. The longer we get our spine, the deeper we will go. Because a lot of times I see this, right? The rounding of our spine. So inhale, hands slide up the shins, push in, big breath up. Keep breathing in, and fold. 2 more. Filling up, lengthening out, and full. Last time, deep breath in, push in. Maybe the fingertips are down on the ground. Lengthen through, really feeling those hamstrings, yeah? And then exhale again, deep in the fold, heart pulling towards those thighs. So there's some different versions here that I like to play with. One of them being gorilla or big toe hold, or hands can slide up the backs of those, slide down the backs of those thighs, grabbing at your shins, deepening your forward fold here. Big toe hold, peace fingers, grab the big toe. Maybe you add a little up dog in the chest to again lengthen, to deepen. Elbows bend out to the side, so flare those elbows out to the side to pull yourself forward. So gorilla. Last thing here, we will soften the knees. So keep the eyes open. Lift your right foot. Try to get the whole palm so the fingers touch the wrist. Left foot. You're in a compromised position here with your feet stepping onto the hands. You could wiggle your toes to massage your wrist. I really like to get that big toe to push into my thumb mound. All right. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, push down into those feet. Pull up into the palms. Come into a cat tilt of your spine. Holding here. And then let it all go. All right, so we were in that fold for quite a bit. So let's soften our knees. Slowly push down into those feet. Push those feet down. Use your cat tilt. Slowly roll up. One of the biggest benefits of forward fold is getting that blood to rush down into our head, and now it's rushing down through the entire body. So maybe stay with here a bit. All right. So that was a nice little quick video. Forward fold, Utkatasana, super important. Again, when you're